So in the deadlift here, right away, we can see that on the concentric part of this movement, Leah's shoulders are pushed forward, and a coaching cue of that could just be to roll her shoulders back, pinch her shoulder blades together, and that should fix all the problems there. As we move on to the lateral view of the deadlift, you will be able to notice that she does have a little bit of a curved back, and that could just be due to inactiveness of the hamstrings. And a cue that I would give for this is to just drop her hips, lower her glutes more to the ground, raise her chest, which will be able to increase her range of motion, which would fix all her problems in that. As we move to the posterior view, you can see that on the way up, her knees are slightly coming inward. That could just be due to an inactiveness of the glutes. So what you can really do is tell her to activate her glutes, squeeze her glutes, and make sure that she drives those knees outward to fix that problem. So we decided to choose the hang clean as our extra exercise, and it is a very difficult exercise to master or to get down. So a few coaching cues that you could see here is definitely to get deeper in her quarter squat as she's coming up. You can see that her knees are very exaggerated outward. So that coaching cue of getting deeper in her squat, making sure her feet go from about hip width to even wider than shoulder width apart can fix that. As we move on to the lateral view of the hang clean, you can see that as she comes up, she's not really driving her elbows out. So a coaching cue for that would be to drive the elbows up a little higher, pinch those shoulder blades back, and then even bringing the bar closer to her body can fix all the issues that she's having. This, as you can see right there, bringing the bar closer to her body will help on the way up, driving those hips forward and really bring those elbows up to fix all the issues.
In the back squat here, we can see that Sean's got a pretty good bar placement, and you can see that he's going through the full range of motion. Again, some of the issues that we see in the overhead squat are present here, such as his feet flattening out. His elbows are also kind of rotated inwards. They could be slightly more flared. A coaching cue that we might give for that is try to almost bend the bar off of your back. That could help some. He also comes up just a little bit awkwardly. His hips aren't totally level, but that's something that we could fix with corrective exercise. As for the lateral view of the back squat, we can see that Sean still has a little bit of that butt wink. You can kind of see his butt tucking under. Again, usually a result of overactive hamstrings, so not really a coaching cue that we could give, but something that we can fix pretty immediately. You can also see him leaning pretty far forward. A coaching cue for that might just be try to keep your chest up a little bit more, keep your shoulders back, keep your eyes up, so that you don't fold forward so much. That could be something that he could respond to, and something that would be immediately fixable right there. In the anterior view of the front squat, we can see that Sean goes through the full range of motion. His elbows are nice and pushed forward. They could be maybe a little bit more forward, so that would be a coaching cue that we would give. Other than that, his squat form looks pretty good. His feet are a little bit uneven, and again, like we've seen in all the other squats, his feet roll in or flatten out at the bottom of the motion. We can also see that his shoulders are kind of tight and tucked in, and they need to be rolled back a little bit. So that's something that we could fix by saying, like, just roll back or stretch out your shoulders. We can see, just like every other squat, Sean's got that butt wink going on. His chest comes forward a little bit, but not as much as we've seen. Part of this could be due to having the bar on his front, so it helps him stay upright a little bit more.